I used to work as a forensic accountant at Mercer and Hale, one of Wall Street's most prestigious firms, and everything changed the day the CFO's daughter died. She was only 8, visiting dad at the office for a take your child to work day. I was running a routine audit in his office when she toddled over to the corner where the old filing cabinet stood. It was unlatched, and in her excitement she tried to climb it. It collapsed, and she fell head first onto the marble floor. By the time I reached her, she was unresponsive, blood pooling beneath her skull crack. Watching the CFO, Roger Stanton, cradle her lifeless body while wailing for mercy is a vision that still haunts me. From that moment on, Stanton became a man consumed by rage against the firm, the cabinet manufacturer, anyone. He demanded answers. He grilled every manager, engineer, security guard, anyone remotely connected to the cabinet's installation. I tried to explain it was an accident, a maintenance oversight. But he browbeat me in his office, threatening to destroy my career, to ruin me financially. He reminded me he oversaw every account I audited, every bonus I received. He whispered that loyalty was a two-way street, and I'd betrayed his trust when nothing else worked. Stanton began blackmailing me with internal emails he found about a minor bookkeeping error I'd made years earlier. He threatened to turn them over to the SEC, promised jail time for fraud, everything. He spread rumors that I was careless with client funds, poisoning colleagues' opinions of me. Within weeks, my reputation was in tatters. Partners refused to speak in the hallway. Clients canceled engagements. My wife was served divorce papers by the process server on our doorstep. I realized I had two choices: submit to his demands and watch my life implode, or fight back. So I chose to fight. I started digging not into the filing cabinets this time, but into Stanton's own ledgers. Late nights at the firm's archives, I traced suspicious wire transfers from offshore shell companies, payments disguised as voided invoices but actually funneled to his Cayman accounts. I found emails where he coerced junior analysts into cooking the books to mask losses on his side projects. He'd built a private fortune at the firm's expense. I copied every file, printed every email, and stored them on an encrypted drive. I didn't confront him directly, that would be too predictable. Instead, I baited him. I leaked a rumor on the trading floor that Mercer and Hale was under federal investigation for accounting irregularities. The rumor spread like wildfire. Stanton panicked, pulling in compliance teams, hiring outside counsel, everything he did to protect my career. I mirrored against him. Meanwhile, I planted anonymous tip-offs to the SEC's hotline, attaching a fraction of the files I'd collected. Each week I released more redacted evidence to different watchdog groups, ensuring no single leak could be traced back to me. The pressure on Stanton ramped up until he was sleepless, skittish, looking over his shoulder. He tried to buy silence, bringing me lunch every morning with a strained apology, but I never touched it. He warned me again, one false step, and you're finished. I just smiled. By the time I was ready to deliver the knockout blow, Stanton was a shadow of his former self, his public confidence shattered, his allies deserting him. I arranged for the firm's compliance officer to discover a forged invoice hidden in Stanton's own audit folder, an invoice that tied him directly to a multi-million-dollar laundering scheme. The compliance officer called an emergency meeting, and Stanton stumbled into that boardroom expecting my humiliation, but instead, he was escorted out in handcuffs. I watched his face go pale as SEC agents cuffed him for fraud and embezzlement. In the days that followed, Mercer and Hale reeled from the scandal. Stanton's assets were frozen, his pension seized, his lavish office emptied. Colleagues who once snubbed me now thanked me in whispered apologies. Clients who dropped my name as an auditor came crawling back. But none of it brought back the years I lost, the sleepless nights, the strain on my marriage that ended in divorce anyway. The victory tasted hollow. The final twist came when the firm announced it would compensate Stanton's daughter's estate with a trust fund funded, in part, by the money seized from his offshore accounts. The same money he siphoned away. Watching that check clear, knowing his daughter's future was secured by his own stolen wealth, was as close to justice as I could get. I handed in my resignation the next morning, packed my desk without ceremony, and walked out of Mercer and Hale for the last time. No cheers, no congratulations, just the empty echo of marble floors and glass walls. Stanton was gone. The firm had been purged, and the Toy Town kingdom he built had collapsed. All that remained was the knowledge that I'd played his game and won. But some nights, when I wake in the dead of night, I still hear the crack of that filing cabinet and the sickening thud of her fall. I wonder if revenge was ever worth the price.